Welcome back to Life Enhancement Radio Station at lifeenhancementradio.com. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? It's February 1st. It's your girl, Sherelle Ashton. It's the compassionate kind. I'm right here, right with you. I appreciate all of you in the chat room. Shout out to you guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. What are we getting ready to talk about? We're just getting ready to go over some hot topics and talk about some of that water cooler stuff. Get that stuff off your chest. Get that stuff off your mind before we go into something a little more specific. So, I know that you guys have had to have heard the big news already today. What's the hot topic of the day? Queen Bee, Beyonce announcing her pregnancy with Jay-Z, and they are pregnant with twins. Oh my goodness, that has got to be some of the hottest juice on the set. That Queen Bee is announced that she is pregnant with twins. Oh my goodness, the people in the chat room are on fire. What are you thinking about Beyonce being pregnant with twins? Hit me up on lifeenhancementradio.com. Come in the chat room and let us know. What else is on the hot topic? The president, of course, is on the hot topic the hot topics list today. But before that, we have birthdays today. Lisa Presley is 49 years old. Shakira is 39 today, singer Shakira. And Justin Bieber, 22. Is that right? Only 22? Is Justin Bieber only 22 years old? I was for sure that by the way he acts a little childish, huh? But I was for sure that by the way he acts, he was a little bit was a little bit older than that, but I guess not. Oh, wow. Okay. So Justin Bieber, 22 years old, Lisa Marie Presley, 49, and singer Shakira, 39 years old. Celebrity birthdays, February 1st. Who knew? All right. And what else on the list today? Okay. So we saved the best for last, for lack of a better word, talking about the president. And there's a petition going around online to impeach the president. Has anyone seen this petition? I'm going to see if I can post the petition on my Twitter page. As always, when I find articles for you and when I'm talking to you about different things, I try to post that article and that information on my Twitter. So apparently there's a Twitter there's a petition going around to impeach the president and relieve him of his duties. So I haven't read the entire petition yet or gone all the way into it. I have also not signed it, so I want to make that clear. Not to say that I'm not going to sign it, but I have not completely looked at the petition. So if I post it on my Twitter and you go all the way into it, hit me up if you get a little blocked, because I'm just saying that to say I have not done it. I've not gone all the way through it. I don't know how legitimate it is, and I don't know where it started from. But apparently, if they get a certain amount of signatures, they can start the process for impeachment of the president. So how many of you would sign that petition to get the president impeached? Hit me up in the chat room or kindofcompassion@gmail.com and let me know if you would sign a petition to get the current president, Donald Trump, impeached from office. And again, I am going to post that on my Twitter page, and you can have at it. Another thing that's continuously in the media about the president is that this wall that he's trying to build, and everyone's wondering how much it's going to cost us, how much it's going to cost us in our taxes. Where are we going to see this money showing up? They're saying it's millions and billions and trillions of dollars, and American taxpayers are actually wondering where, in fact, we're going to see this money show up. It will, in fact, we have to pay for it. Mexico is, of course, refusing to pay for it in any kind of way. And so what happens here? What happens from here on out? How will it play out? Are they going to proceed forward? Apparently, from the article that I was reading, there is this wall was something that had come up before Trump, believe it or not, and it was talked about before, it was on the table before, but never passed because of the funding, because they couldn't find where funding would come from and how to allocate the funds to make sure that, there would be no hardship in reference to it. And of course, they had not proposed to the Mexican leadership that Mexico would actually pay for the wall. So, who else has been talking about this wall? What are your feelings on the wall? Hit us up in the chat room on Life Enhancement Radio Station, lifeenhancementradio.com. All right, so now we want to get into some of what we're talking about tonight. If you have a hot topic that you want to talk about on the show, or you want to come on the show and talk about, you can hit me up on kindofcompassion at gmail.com, and maybe we'll bring your topic up that you have concerns about on the show, or maybe we'll have you directly on the show to talk about your hot topic yourself. So again, you can hit us up. You can hit us up, and we'll see how it goes from there. But tonight we're talking about how to be happier at work. I was going to talk to you guys about this subject last week, and I was on it. Those hot topics were getting the best of me last week, and I was just rolling. So we're going to talk about this subject this week. I had a few people hit me up talking about, being unhappy at work, and I've been having conversations with people just in passing. I actually, don't usually take public transportation, but I happened to take public transportation a couple of weeks ago, and I was not having a direct conversation with the person, but I was overhearing a conversation about people. These two guys were actually talking about their job, and I thought it was a rather interesting conversation for men to have, because usually, women kind of talk about office mannerisms and being at work, and they don't like their job, or maybe it's just that I don't hang around enough men to hear them have these kinds of conversations. But they were having a conversation about not liking their job and not being able to wait until they can get out of there and find another job and, move on with their lives. And what is it that we do? What do you do? Do you stay in a job that you completely hate year after year, month after month? What do you do? Do you stay in that job because you know that you have bills to pay, because you know you have family to take care of, and you just stay there unhappy? Or do you go out and you look for, other work? Or is it something that you could actually be doing to stay on that job, to be happier in that job? Does it actually mean that you actually have to leave that job to be happier? Or is there something that could change, something that could happen, to make that place a better place? So, I've been, reading up on this and studying up on this, and, I found an article on how to be happier at work according to science. And I wanted to share this with you guys because I know it's the new year, and a lot of us made resolutions to do things differently and to do things better and to be better for ourselves and for others. And that's a lot about what we talk about on this show. We talk about being more compassionate. And when we talk about being more compassionate, we're not talking about just being compassionate to other people. And that's the beauty of the message that I always and constantly want to send to anyone who's at the sound of my voice. When you're talking about compassion, you don't have to just show compassion to other people. In fact, it's imperative that you show compassion to yourself first so that you can trickle it down to other people. Because when you're happy and when you're okay and you're all right, you can give that kind of favor to other people. Quite often when we're looking at someone and we see other people and they are, we have these qualms about them, or something comes up with them that we just don't like, or that we cannot stand about that person, usually 9 times out of 10, it is something that resonates within us. We see something in that person that resembles something that we have. And so it's like a reflective type of thing. And, the good thing about being compassionate is that you can work on it and practice it, and you can, inch it in little by little until there's enough there for everyone. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why my big thing is having compassion for yourself, because when you start with yourself, it will manifest in the other areas in your life, and it will manifest with other people. So, it's really hard to show or give something to someone else that you don't have for yourself. And so when you hear me talk about being compassionate, I will always say, show some compassion to yourself. And so we talked about making resolutions, and we, want to be better this year. How many of you asked to be better, at work? To maybe you're a person who, you don't get to work on time. You show up late. Maybe you want to get to work on time, or maybe, you can be more efficient. There's some things that you can change. You don't return calls quick enough or fast enough, or even at all. And you're going to start returning people's calls, prompter. You're going to start, being more effective and efficient at the work that you're doing. You're going to actually really start trying to make a difference, and so it's not all the time that you actually have to leave your job. Maybe you can stay there. Maybe you are called to do that work, but you're just called to do it in a different way. So the big thing is to, be a little happier at work. And here's the key to remember. We all get stressed with work. We all get stressed in every areas of our lives. Stress can be good and stress can be bad. And we've talked about that before too. You can be getting married and be stressful. And we know that getting married is a positive, happy event, but it can still cause stress in your life because there's all these kind of tasks that you got to do, and dates to remember, and things to put together, and people to pay, and people to contact, and lists to make. So it's normal and natural that you're going to get stressed at work. But if you're too stressed, then you can quickly become unhappy in your life. And, work, even though it's a big part of what we do and sometimes who we are, it should not be causing you to, upset and disrupt your entire life. So with the right techniques, you can turn your frown into a smile, and you can get the job done that you have to do at your job with a smile on your face. So, and before we even get into some of the things that, can make you happy at work, we got to talk about what makes people unhappy at work. But first, before we even get into that, I want to say, do something that you love. I know that that's the obvious, right? Because we've all heard the old phrase that if you do something that you love, that you never have to work a day in your life. Now, I know this is easier said than done because it can be challenging, right? With obligations, with kids, and with other expenses and bills. Sometimes doing what you love doesn't pay the bills, right? I understand that. That's not always possible. I get it. You're out there, you're listening to me, and you're like, Sherelle, you talking that yang because, I want to do this and I can't reach that yet. I don't have the means. I don't have the skills. I don't have the ability. I don't have what it takes right now to be over there. So I'm over here because I got to do this. Trust me, I get it. I know. I'm with you. I'm still growing myself. There's goals that I have that I haven't reached yet, right? But I wholeheartedly believe that you can still do what you love whenever you can until it starts to pay your bills or starts to get you where you want to go. For example, we all know, or maybe some of you do not know, but if you're listening to me for the first time,